Hello and welcome to FTTR. I'm Ian McQuaid, and today we're talking wrestling toys, wrestling figures, and specifically we're talking the Unrivaled collection from AEW. Now this is coming from the announcement that was recently made in the past week about the Unrivaled Series 1B being re-released as an online only, and the revealing of AEW Unrivaled Series 5. Now, Series 5, if you don't know, will contain Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Scorpio Sky, Frankie Kazarian, a different Jon Moxley as he was in Series 2, and a different Hangman Page who was also in Series 2. Now this is going to be sort of my predictions of some of the wrestlers I think are going to be in Series 6. So, shall we get started? Now if you look at the various releases we've had so far, we've only had 2 female wrestlers. I think this next iteration might be female centric. Not necessarily all female wrestlers, but I think there will be some. I think an obvious one right off the bat is Britt Baker. If Britt I can't say her name, Britt Baker isn't in Series 6, I think that's a bit odd. You know, we've got Riho, but Riho also comes with the championship, so if they're going in a particular time scale, maybe we'll get Nyla Rose, maybe, but I think it's going to be Britt Baker. I think Britt Baker is definitely one of these, specifically related to a tweet she put up, I think a few months ago, about her not getting an action figure. I think Britt Baker's coming very, very soon, and I think accompanying her will be Shida, because she's the current AEW Women's Champion. You'd think they'd have that in the pipeline already, because she was front and centre as well for the AEW game trailer. You know, she was the closing figure on that. So I think having her, you know, there's a lot of accessories, kendo sticks, you'd even have the belt. There's a lot of different ways you could go with Shida, and I think those two will be the women in this Series 6. Hopefully. Quite like a Britt Baker one. Next up, I think, see, it's difficult because Christopher Daniels was not in Series 5, which seems like an odd omission considering Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian were there. So I don't think he's going to feature in this Series 6 just yet. It's difficult because you got to think of the time scale. I think Jake Hager has to be one, because he is just a glaring omission now that we've got Jericho, Guevara, Ortiz and Santana. We're missing the one person from the inner circle. So Hager, I think, has to be one of them, personally. So that rounds off 3, and if we're going by the logic that there's going to be maybe 2 re-releases, that means 1 more who we've not yet had, and it'll have to be, you know, there must be someone. Why can't I think of anyone? We've had Darby, we've had Cody. Thinking TNT, it'd be nice to have Brody Lee. I think that'd be really nice to get Brody. I'm leaning towards maybe there won't be re-releases. This is a very weird prediction. I haven't really thought this through all the way, so I'm sort of thinking on the spot. I think it'll be Brody Lee. I think Unrivaled Series 6 will have a Brody Lee in it, and I think that is amazing if they do. I'd love to have a Brody Lee Unrivaled figure. That leaves me with 2 options. Now I'm going to go on the logic that I'm going to exclude re-releases of different people, because there'll probably be a Jericho or something like that in there, probably. But we're going with new people and people who deserve to have an AEW Unrivaled collection figure. Ooh, it's tough. Maybe Brian Cage. I'd love a Brian Cage one personally, because I fucking love Brian Cage. And I'd love to see, you know, what you can do with him in the FTW title in Unrivaled collection form. So I'm probably going to go with Brian Cage. It's a lot of big beefy boys there. If it is, even if it's Lance Archer as well, because timeline wise, sort of just if Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian came with tag belts. So if we're going on that logic, I keep saying that a lot, like I'm trying to work out who it will be, then yeah. So who have I got so far? Baker, Shida, Hager, Brody Lee. No, I think I'll hedge my bets, and I think Brian Cage might make it in there. One more. It's probably a really obvious one that I'm missing, because we've had MJF as well. It's not going to be like a Shawn Spears. It could be. This is really hard. I think maybe Lance Archer. Yeah, let's give it that. Let's say it's Beefy Boy Collection this time. So that is what I think the next wave of Unrivaled collectors, Unrivaled collection will be. But then I've just looked down at Orange Cassidy and thought best friends. No, I'll hedge my bets. I'll go with the big Beefy Boy Collection and have Baker. I think Baker is a shoe-in. I think Sheed is probably a shoe-in. I think Hager is probably the best bet. And then my sort of out there choices are Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and Brody Lee. So let me know what you think will be in the Unrivaled series coming up. I love these. I think they're so cool, personally. Can't beat them. And let me know what your thoughts are on the series coming out. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.